I'm seeing that where you live, you have this sense that time is standing still. I'm seeing you look at the streets. I'm seeing you observe. I'm seeing you look with your eyes. You're looking at your neighborhood. You're looking at the people. You're observing. You're watching. I feel like you're disassociating. I feel like you are looking at the world as if it was fake and you are the only real thing in it. I'm getting this feeling that you're realizing, you're seeing, you're coming into the realization you are believing that you are in a movie. I'm getting this feeling that you are beginning to see people as actors. You're seeing that people are playing their parts, and you're wondering what your part is, because you're realizing that you don't fit in the neighborhood where you live. You don't fit into that picture frame. You don't fit in the shoes that you're wearing. You don't fit into the clothes. You don't feel like it's your identity, like it is your personality. You feel like it is borrowed. You feel like an actor borrows another's personality. You very much feel like you are acting, but you know that you're not an actor, but somehow you've been drawn into the script. You've become a part of the play. Inadvertently, you have become an actor. And in the beginning, you may have remembered your lines, and you may have always done what was required of you on every cue, and now you're beginning to slack off a little bit, and you're missing your lines, and you're not doing what you're meant to do on cue, and so you're detaching from that picture frame. You are a color that was once blended with other colors, and you are now separating, and you're no longer a part of the picture. You no longer fit because you have separated, and you have a color that stands out. It does not go with the picture anymore. You're separating from everything that is fake, everything that is not real. And so you're still there, you're still living in that neighborhood. And so this is why every day, it's almost like you go from feeling like you are the alien to feeling like everyone around you are the aliens. That you're either watching a movie or you're in a movie. And it's a terrible movie, and you want your money back. I'm getting this sense that you're waking up. You've exposed another layer, or you've exposed so many layers that now you're just opening your eyes and you're seeing it. There's less distraction in your gaze. There's more truth. There's more truth in what you see, and what you see is fake, not truth. There is an absence of truth. And that doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right. It does not feel good to feel like you feel. I'm seeing that you're breaking everything down. You're dissecting the picture. You're looking at the roads, you're looking and you're noticing the material that has been used, and you're thinking about the labor that went into it. You're thinking about the bricks and who put them together. You're thinking about all those man hours that built the set, all of those workers. And then you're thinking about those workers, and you're thinking about how much they pushed their bodies during the day, and you're thinking about how they went home tired, because you know that they went home tired, because they spent all day shoveling, laying bricks, plastering, building, labouring. And then you're looking at the set, the final set, and you're not understanding why those people put all of that labour in, because you find it uninspiring, and you have this sense that it's uninspiring by design. You're starting to discover that the Wizard of Oz is not a wizard at all. You're seeing behind the curtain. You're seeing past the tricks and the foolery. You're seeing past the glitter. It's almost like you feel like the only real thing is the air that you breathe. It's that mechanism which keeps you alive. Every time you inhale and you feel that air go into your lungs, it's the only thing that tells you that you are living, that you are alive. Because you don't seem to have any you don't seem to have any depth. There isn't anything in your life that has depth to it. But you recognize that you have depth. You have more depth than everyone around you. And what this is doing is it's drawing you into yourself. And so you're starting to create things. And even if you haven't begun to physically create them yet, you're igniting that fire inside of yourself. You're beginning to warm yourself up because everything around you is dead. You are bringing that life out of yourself. You are making sure that when you close your door, you are alive and you are living what is real. And so you are practicing being true to yourself. You are practicing being genuine, and you are practicing being authentic. Your answer to all of this is a healthy answer. It's almost like you notice all of these things, you see all of that, but you don't know where to go beyond this, and you don't know how to leave this world. You don't know how to get out of the set. You don't know how to, you're out of the picture, but you still feel like you're in the frame. You know you don't belong, and you feel like you don't belong, and you're busy creating your own world of authenticity. And you may just be doing this behind closed doors presently, but you are birthing the world inside of yourself. You are creating. You are using your life force to live. And it's almost like you're doing it you're doing it in spite of the set that you live in. You're doing it in spite of the movie, of the terrible movie that you have to play a part in. It's like away from the camera, like you're doing something else, you're working on something else, you are living a double life, shall we say. You're living a double life. You're still part of that disgenuine world, but you are creating a world of authenticity when you aren't having to play your part. You're fighting back. You're fighting back, and that fighting back, it is you rising, it is you becoming, it is authenticity, it is what is genuine and true and pure and natural, and the way that you were meant to be. There's also something about loving and you loving, showing love, giving love. The feeling of loving, that makes you feel alive. That is what is authentic. When you bring that outside of yourself, when you love, that is when you feel like you are alive, when you can love. And when you find somebody genuine that you can love or admire or respect, you live for the realness, you live for the authenticity. And I see that this has become your strength, this disassociative part of your personality, because it's almost like there's very little, very few, how shall we say it? There isn't really anything that you feel intimidated by. You still may feel intimidated by certain situations where you have to interact with that world for a long period of time, or when you are the only person in the room who is being their authentic self, and therefore, well, you're surrounded by people who aren't and can't. So in that situation, generally you will be the problem. It won't be them, because they will be the majority and you the minority, and that's how that will come off. And in that instance, you might feel like running away, you might want to avoid these situations. I know I do. That's my first instinct, is just to avoid those type of situations for that reason. But it's almost like, because you've disassociated, that world has less power over you, and so this just enables you to come into your own power more. It enables you to be strong most of the time, if not all of the time. It's building up your strength, but your strength is also it's turning into stamina, so you can also put up with more. You have a better temperament, you have more balance. So you have this inner world, this rich inner world, and it's coming into existence. It's almost like your inner world is becoming your external world, and your external world is, well, it's not swapping over, but it's like fading out into the background. You're not even really noticing it anymore. When you go outside of where you live, you're basically just going from A to B when you need to go from A to B, and you're going off into the world and getting what you want out of it. But you're looking at it all as a educational experience, as opposed to just blindly wandering around and taking everything for granted, because that's really difficult for you to do right now. That's what I'm feeling. It's really difficult for you to do that, because you can just see now. Your eyes can just see more truth. You can be fooled less. And so I feel like that is what you're doing, really. You're trying to figure out what it's all about. You're trying to figure out what your life is all about, what your purpose is all about. But I feel like more than that, what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out how you can live, how you can be the best version of yourself, and how you can be an example of what real is and what love is, and you can live by example. That's what I feel like you're doing. Ultimately, that's your answer to it. Is all you can do is be the authentic version, be the truthful version. All that you can do is carry all the virtues, and all you can do is you can demonstrate a genuine way to live and a genuine way of being, and you can shine your light in the hopes that your light is seen, and other people who feel exactly like you, who match your frequency, you can attract them to you. I feel like that's what you're doing. You're working towards putting that signal out so that people can receive that signal in, and you can find authenticity outside of yourself. Hopefully, that's the plan that you have. And what I'm being drawn to say is that the beautiful thing in all of this, in all of how you think and how you behave and how you react or how you don't react, is that you always take the positive path, and you always take the positive step. You go forward in the positive direction, the most positive direction. You're not wallowing. You are always thinking of the thing that you can do. You're always taking yourself out of the situation that you do not want to be in. That's something that is rare. It is rare. And what I'm being drawn to say is that it's, what are they trying to say? It's not like you should be proud of it. Grateful. You should be grateful. But almost you should be grateful for yourself and grateful for how far you've come, all the work that you've done, and where you've gotten to, and the person that you are. You should be grateful, because there is a lot to be grateful for. The person who you are, there is a lot of gratitude there. You have done a lot of work, and you have come a long way, and you have taken the path less travelled. You're not messing about. You're not messing about. So you're like one of the, there are spirits cheering for you. Your ancestors will be cheering for you, because you are, if you were in a race, you would have good odds. Everybody's betting on you. Everyone would bet on you, because people have belief, and the belief comes from what you've already done. You created the belief in other people. You gave them something to believe in, is what I want to say. You gave them something to believe in, and that's all on you. You did that off your own back. So what I'm feeling like is, even though you are on this movie set, I feel like you're where you are. You're in a protected place. I feel like you have like a bubble around you, and so I feel like you have help and you have assistance because of how far you've come on your own. So you're being met halfway. So I feel like you're not doing this alone anymore, whether you realize it or not. You're not working alone. You'll be receiving downloads. When you sleep, close your eyes and ask the questions. Ask for the answers that you seek. Clear your mind, and you might just see those answers. You might hear those answers. You might feel what those answers are. But I don't feel like you're alone. I feel like you have a quiet confidence, and part of that quiet confidence is actually knowing, like subconsciously knowing, that you are not alone. Even if you feel like you're alone in your life in regards to the relationships that you have or don't have, the quality of them. Even so, when you are alone and you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. You just can't see who is with you, who is by your side. and he was energetically helping and healing. There's something about the road that I keep focusing in on. It's like the road, but it's where the road meets the curb. And my attention has been brought to the fact that it's like concrete, it's hard. And this is kind of like what is giving the sense that it's real. It's the density of the set. And it's giving this feeling that it's real, but you see past that density. You feel that it isn't real, it's not really there. But it's the physical density, it's the touching it. That's the only thing that stands between you and the next step of your evolution. But it's very much, I guess that's what keeps you where you are. It's because you still have this concept of density, this belief of the density is still with you. So even though you think that it's not real, your instincts tell you that it isn't real, there is a part of you that is still believing in the physicality of it. So you still see it. You still see it. But I feel like that'll change. It's just a matter of time. It's all steps. It's all steps and levels. I'm seeing a ladder. Seeing a ladder going up to a window at the top floor of a building. So I feel like what they're saying is that your front door is closed, but there's still a window. There's you still have the ability to let somebody in, if only to test them. But I feel like you've shut the front door, and you've made that quite clear with your demeanor or your level of interaction. At the time, we've got 5 minutes till this shuts off. Yeah, I feel like you need to be careful that you don't, like, I'm the worst person to give advice for this, because to get me to go outside is quite a thing, because if I have a choice I'll just stay indoors. But I feel like there's also a warning of, like, just make sure you don't close that window as well, because then imagine you're a lighthouse, right? No one will see that light, and you won't be able to see another lighthouse. So try not to close that window and make your world small, because I do feel like you are trying to attract others like you, the same frequency. So you need to at least have that window open to do that, to get through that density. You need that portal where people can walk through, and you can walk through, you can walk out. Is there anything else? think that's the message. I think that's the message. Whoever you are, I do relate to you quite a bit. As I say, don't close that window. Keep at least the window open. Keep on the path that you're on. Maybe pay some attention to this density part, or look into metaphysics, and maybe you'll unravel something in your mind with that. This resonates. I hope that it can give you some comfort, some confirmation, and just a sign that you're on the right path.